What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode of two brothers giving you our thoughts on the pop culture world and just generally our thoughts on what's going on in the world that has affected our lives and our emotions. As always, guys, check out the description. You will see the timestamp there. You can go straight to the geeky news if you don't want to hear what the hell's going on with me and Kibs, because we always give you our updates and tell you what is going on. I'm about to swear. See, I can't even go like 5 minutes without swearing. But yeah, we just see let you know what we're going on in our lives and real world issues and all that sort of stuff and our thoughts. But if you want to skip all of that, go to the timestamp. And the first one's always going to be Geekout News starts here. You can just click there, it'll take you straight to the Geekout News. On that note, always joined by Kibs. What's happening, brother?
Yeah, good, bro. Getting there, man. Just getting some food in after gym. Getting better at training. I'm going when I can. I'm going on my lunch breaks while I'm at work and stuff, which is really good. I kind of had like a thought today. You know, the stuff that's happening in Palestine right now is really affecting my mental state. And you know, even though I'm not watching all the videos, just you know, you're watching how much loss the people of Palestine are going through. And listen, I'm going to be still raising money, guys. Go to our page. We're raising money for Gaza, the West Bank, Palestine. So what I'm going to do every day from tomorrow, I'm going to do 50 spinning kicks, depending on which side I can do the best on. Doesn't matter where I am. I know I'm away for 3 days for work, so wherever I am on street, I'm just going to do 50. I'm going to go live probably 7 o'clock in the morning or in the evening UK time, about 8 or so, 6, 7 or 8, and then you know it'll have a fundraiser page on there. I'll go live on Instagram and I'll continue to do that. But yeah, other than that, bro, it's all right. I'm getting there. You know, work's been busy, life's been a bit hectic, trying to do way too much and look after a little one as well at the same time, who's growing really quick. But yeah, that's it, bro. Other than that, there's loads of things that happened. There's a couple of things we missed last week to talk on the show as well. So I'm gonna quickly note that down now. And once we get to the section of movies, I'll cover it.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, all good from my side, man. Another week so far, getting through routine. It's been very busy as it always is, but I done my training today already because I got an evening work course. So I went at lunchtime. I done kickboxing. So
Cool.
glad I got that in. It's always important for me to be in routine. I just feel mentally better when I have a couple weeks to go. But I got this late, like I got this call at 10 o'clock that I got to do for work. So I'm just prepping for that as well. So I'm actually not at 100% ease until that's done. But once that's done, I can hit the bed anyway. But you know, it's been all right. Usual Dubai struggles, Dubai services just crack me up. I guess a year later, since I'm all settled, I don't really need the services desperately. I'm trying to just get them to sort things out. But because they don't work out, because Dubai has the worst services ever outside of hospitality and F&B, because that's obviously where people come on vacation. You get those services. So those are the best. Outside of that, it's just the worst. The banking service is the worst I've ever come across ever in my life. Like, I'm trying to open up a savings account, a halal savings account with a bank. I have a loan with them, like for my car. I had to give them all the details in the world. They almost took my blood and my DNA. Like, that's how much details they needed for that loan. So now I'm telling them, listen, you got all my details, everything. I just want to open up a savings account with you. The other reason why I want to open it up as well is because if I want to drive to Oman, I need to get a letter from the bank saying that the car's, you know, would loan with them.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So that's the only reason why I've been pursuing that bank. I go there, typical service, man. The lady just starts ripping off about you need this, and I'm like, hold on. You have all my data because I have a loan with you. she doesn't even try to look or give a solution. She just repeats everything. And I immediately just picked up my bag and walked away. And in my mind, I was like, forget it. I don't need this service. I'm not desperate for the central service. Let me just walk away and be done with it, man. It's just so bad the way things are here. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm in a position now, I don't need it. So I just walked away. I was like, this is bullshit. I'll just find another solution somewhere else. And if I ever want to go to Oman, forget about driving. I'll just fly over there. But that's just typical Dubai stuff. Other than that, what else been going on, man? Just been chilling, been training. My body's hurting from training again. It's getting old and whatnot, and rolling with these young dudes and training and sparring with young. It's just not easy, and my back and neck is hurting. But it's cool. The program I'm on now, the routine I got now, I get in the training not as hard as I used to when I was young, but I get in the classes as much as possible. My grappling, my striking. And then I do some strength and conditioning stuff, and I do a lot of recovery stuff like that. I spark and whatnot. Yes, I hurt I hurt Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because Monday night is when I do the training with the jiu-jitsu. Tuesday's MMA, Wednesday is wrestling. So Thursday is kind of like a day off, a bit of yoga and a bit of recovery session. But those 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, my body hurts. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I kind of rest. I do strength and conditioning, but that doesn't hurt my body like the martial arts stuff. So those days I just recover. But alhamdulillah, my body has been even though it's in a lot more pain, I have less injuries than I did in Singapore. And I think just because overall I'm training a bit smarter. I'm not training as hard, unfortunately, just because of routine and life and whatnot. Meaning that I used to do jiu-jitsu minimum twice, maybe 3 times a week. I used to do MMA twice and wrestling and kickboxing twice, like at least 2 times a week. But now, one, I'm married, so I got to make sure I spend time with the missus and I dedicate the weekends to her because I used to train weekends as well. And 2, just because of work calls and all that sort of stuff. So my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I just get in at least my 1 jiu-jitsu, 1 wrestling, and 1 striking, be it kickboxing or MMA and whatnot. My body's just less injuries, which is better. I just go through a lot of pain as usual. But other than that, what else is going on in Dubai? I'm on this week. Hopefully, I should be doing a on-site podcast with the guys at Comic Stop, where I buy all my comics from. I've been talking to them for a while about doing this. So on Saturday, hopefully, I'll record that. I was going to ask you if you get some advice from you, like, how do you think I should prepare in regards to questions? I mean, normally, me, I just like to have conversations, but I just wanted to kind of send him a couple of things that like, hey, this is what I'm looking to talk about. One of them will be the Abu Dhabi Comic-Con, that movie and Comic-Con that's coming up, which they have a store there. And I'll talk to him about how the importance of that is to kind of spread the, comic book and pop culture nature out there in the region. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Comic Stop itself, talk about himself and whatnot. I would love to get like your thoughts on what other questions I could get. That's Nia giving some feedback in regards to what I can ask. But yeah, I want to know, like, so
there's a few, man. How he got into the business, where he got his inspirations from to get into this and say, you know what, I want to share this with the world. I want to open up my own shop, and all the beginning stuff, bro. His origin story. That's great conversation to have, like where he started, what comic book or what toy it was that was like, yeah, you know what, I want to do this. So pick out on things like that, and then throw in some random stuff as well. But I can send you some stuff that I've started to do research on and kind of go from there. Stalk the page, go through like epic moments like they've had, or I think they had like Chris Hemsworth. Was it Chris Hemsworth or somebody?
You're talking about Comic Stop.
Lewis.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, you just go through that. Go through there.
Yeah, that was
Do
another
that,
one. The other one who's got the vault and whatnot, which actually I can't remember what they call. They move locations, but yeah, okay, a good idea. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to pop him a few questions or just thoughts on Instagram.
Yeah, do that.
Maybe I do a little trivia on versus DC versus or characters versus characters or something. I'm gonna do it online. I'm gonna do it on site, so that should be interesting in the comic book shop. It's my go-to place. I'm gonna go pick up my Punisher issue 3, which should be out. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to doing that actually. And I got a couple
you think you
ones.
could? Yeah, that'd be good, man. It'd be in the shop. That's actually really good. Yeah, definitely.
You were gonna say something. Do you think I could do something? Do what?
I was gonna say take your webcam with you so you got good quality there and lighting.
I can actually. I can take the.
If it's easy to take off, then take the light and thing with you. Then you have like it's crisp, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll bring everything. I think I can bring everything except the mic, which is actually the mic
Don't
might
worry
be the
about the
only thing.
mic.
You think the
If the mic's
computer
an issue,
mic?
don't worry about the mic. The computer mic will be fine because it's just you two talking to the laptop, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I remember you bought me a camera a while back. Remember I was in Singapore and I never used it. I've been trying to look for it, but I don't know where I put it.
Oh
But
yeah, that would have been great because you could have got different angles, or when
yeah,
you're walking around the shop with it, that would have been quite good. But it's not
yeah.
Wi-Fi, so you just record the footage. You put the footage on top of your content.
Yeah, I'll use my phone for some of that as well. But yeah, looking forward to it. I mean, there is Comic Con happening in Abu Dhabi. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I went last year. It was cool. It was fun. But it's just crowded. If I'm not gonna go there and meet celebs and all that sort of stuff, I'm not. It's just a bit too much, and it's just crowded. And all I'm looking at really is different stores and different shops and whatnot, and just a different artwork, which I do appreciate, but I don't want to go
Mm.
all the way down there for that this time. So gonna
No, of course.
probably give that a miss. But hey, you never know. After I speak to the brother, maybe he might inspire me to get out there.
No, cool.
But yeah, I got some other guests in mind. I want to speak to Adil again from Singapore, my guy from there, my bro from there. He's been doing a lot of great artwork recently, so I just want to kind of catch up with him on that. And yeah, there's another guy thinking, the guy who's been helping me with my car. Who's
Mm.
done the PPF, he does all this modification stuff. I might actually reach out to him and see if he wants to do a podcast in regards to car modifications and stuff like that, and how we got into the business in Dubai. And then what else? I met, you know what? I want to say this is the first person that I have met from Palestine. I met a Palestinian brother the other day. I feel like it's
Yeah.
the first person. I was training jujitsu with him. Lovely guy from the very beginning. Young guy. We're always talking, always saying. So we just started talking a little bit. And he goes from Palestine. But I don't know what it was. Immediately when he said that, I got up and shook his hand. I said, "Your people, bro. Your people in everyone's heart across the world." I just there was something. I don't know what it is. And he just said thank you. And obviously he's a young brother and whatnot. We spoke a little bit about it. I didn't want to get deep into it with him or whatnot. But immediately when he said that, there was something, and I was like, "Your people, man. Like literally, it has the whole world heart. Like literally." So I don't know. There was something. I can't explain it, man. But because of everything that's been going on, because it's been going on for obviously 75 years, but what's been a bit more recent and just what you mentioned earlier, when he said that, I was like, yeah, just be proud of your people, no matter what. We all are across the world. You should be proud of them too. So, alhamdulillah, it was nice to meet him. I didn't have to explain it. I felt more like I met a celeb, if that makes, what I mean, more than that. Actually,
No, of
I felt
course, of
privileged.
course,
I
of
felt
course. You got
privileged
you felt
to be
privileged
here.
because people have struggled. The people of Palestine have struggled for 75 years and they're getting wiped off slowly, man, which is an absolute effing shame. And I'm not going to swear in front of Nia.
I
And
say
it's
we
a hard
get.
story to tell, you know what I mean? It's like we'd already grown up knowing about what happened in the First and Second World War. Now it's coming to a point where all of these big country, like, big mainstream countries are bombing poor countries. You run aid for some of them, and now you're
Hey,
bombing them. Like it
hey,
doesn't make sense. There's no the hypocrisy in power, bro. People now know. People now know, which is absolutely amazing. I feel like it's been an eye opener. You had COVID and you had, the crisis in the economy, and now this, bro. The people in power are jokes, bro, and they are like puppets. They're absolute puppets. There is a bigger agenda going on, and people know that. And listen, bro, I've been going back and forth with Zionists recently, which has kind of been refreshing and not in a tactful way or anything like that. I put up a post about, how it's affecting my mental health and how people doing, how are people doing? Because creatively, it put a block on me. I can't bother to edit videos. I'm finding it hard to work, bro, let alone trying to do some artwork because my heart's broken. I'm, 30,000, bro, we're reaching to, bro. The fucking astaghfirullah. Gaza's been leveled, bro. Gaza has been leveled, bro. I can't believe we're in this time right now. And the Zionists, like, they've got this real good harsh belief. And I'm like, brother, you know what? That's your point of. I put up the video, and I've had a couple of people, reach out, swear, and the rest of it, and Muslims this and that. And there was one comedian who's based in Israel right now, Palestine, who's based in Palestine right now. He said to me, "I hope you are sad." And I said, "Why wouldn't I be, bro?" And he goes like, "What do you think about what happened on the 8th?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, I'm sad about that as well. But the way your government and the military have leveled Gaza doesn't make no sense. There's a different agenda here. Like, that's some revenge massacre stuff, man. That's on a different level." And then, he was actually polite and he was like, "Oh, thank you for coming back to me so civil." Because people quick to attack. And don't get me wrong, who wouldn't want to attack? Because a lot of the Zionists that I've been speaking to online are just plain racist. Are plain racist. Like I couldn't even put it in a better way. Like I've had to delete comments because I was like, my God, like this person actually believes this. They actually believe this, and the killing of thousands of people, bro. They do not care one bit, bro, because they are the superior race. That's how they see it. Can you still hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So hold up, my connection went from the headphones died out. Hello, Bubble. You all right? You want to speak to Sasa as well? Oh my God, she's so cute right now, bro. And she does this thing with her tongue at the moment now. Battery died on that. Hold on, let me just put some headphones on.
Yeah.
So it can sound clear. But as I said, bro, back and forth, bro, they believe it. And it's hard not to believe in it because, the first thing they say is Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. And like the more interviews I see people talking about Hamas, listen, Hamas is a whole different set of crazy ideologist people that do crazy stuff. But they wouldn't have done it if they haven't gone through what they're going through. And what you're creating now is more people like that. Yeah? You're wiping a race off the face of the planet and you're taking their land. It's like, oh, this is horrendous stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Western media ain't gonna show that to you guys, and that's the real thing about it. And I don't care about the jobs that I've lost and the followers and all the rest of it. As I said, at the end of the day, I'm about humanity and about standing up for people to exist in this world. I am going to go through systematical racism for the rest of my life, and my kids will go through it. And it's such a shame that we come to a society which we won't do that. The Zionist guy, he was trying to say it's not about race. We have Ethiopian soldiers and, Jews and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, where are they? You never see them. You never show them. You know, you don't show them. They're in the background. You know what I mean? You still class them as you put them in a class system, which I've always hated. And they've done that through society.
Yeah, that's the Yusuf has exposed what they done to the Ethiopians anyway. Like the females, they what's the word? They put them on a concentration when you can't get pregnant, basically.
They put them on some I
Yeah,
can't even
can't
say
say
it now.
this. Yeah, but yeah,
Contraceptives that we
they
can't even.
yeah, they done that. Yusuf, I think he said that it was like back in 2013 that an article came out in Israel that they done that to the Ethiopian Jews so they couldn't reproduce basically because they didn't want black Jews, like simple as that. So whether you
Anyway,
got Ethiopians there, yeah, know the history of what's happening to them too. It's crazy that you're having those conversations, but you're not trying to be civil and obviously,
no, of course, bro. I'm not.
yeah,
I haven't shown no anger, and I think that's where the guy had a conversation with me. And there's conversations to be had, and I think people have. If we can't be civil about what's happening right now, how are we gonna move? Like I said to him, like the reason why I'm civil is how are we supposed to learn? How are we supposed to grow, and how are we supposed to work together? How are we supposed to maintain peace if human race still can't get along with each other? The fact that race, religion, culture, where you're from, and stuff like that still bother people is insane, bro. You listen to the radio and people talk about, why are Muslims in this country? Why are black people in this country? Blah, blah, blah. It's because you guys caused some shit somewhere else, and we've had to help dig you out of that shit. We have to help build this country back together and give it another 100 years. And it's a shame to say it because I'm not, I can't even say, am I racist?
Man. You're not racist, bro, because you're not hating on a race or whatnot. It's just upsetting that you're in a position and people that look like you are in a position are always going to be looked at as second-class citizens. You know what I mean? They're always gonna be murdered. It's okay to murder people. I mean, you've seen it in the world. I mean, it's not nothing hidden about it. Listen, we live
No,
in the
no, that's what
UK,
I'm
and you know
saying.
what? The environment and the general individual in the UK and in the West and whatnot is not the government, right? That's what I'm trying to say. That general individual, be it whatever the race, religion they are, we're all human beings. We're us general people are together, and we always are. It's the people in charge that brainwash people. That's what I'm trying to say. These Zionists, right? They have been brainwashed. So I don't blame them for believing what they believe because they've been brainwashed. They've
No,
been
of course, and
brainwashed
that's
to
what
know
I said
that
as well.
that's
Yeah.
their land. It's okay to kill them. It's okay to kill babies. Like, if anyone had a real heart, they would have been like, how could you kill 10,000 babies? I don't get it. Like, that's
No, they don't, bro.
disgusting.
They
So
believe in
it's
what they
brain.
believe in
I
so
know, because it's
hardcore.
brainwashed. It's brainwashed. It's upset. Listen, man. Actually, I'm not gonna make the reference. It'll get me in trouble. It's brainwashed, man. And when people get brainwashed with those sort, when you get brainwashed to a point where you're like, it's okay for babies to be blown up, you have it's and you still believe it, then the mind's gone. The mind's gone. A lot of people are waking up. There's this kid I just saw an interview, he's an 18-year-old. He's in prison
Yeah.
now
I
because
seen
he
that. Yeah,
refuses to join the
yeah.
army and whatnot. Of course, he wants
And
equal
listen,
people, but he just knows, like, I'm not gonna be a part of this genocide and murdering baby, but I still want my Israeli state. I'm like, yeah, that's a civil dude. That dude
that's a
is
civil dude. Yeah,
smart
exactly,
guy, yeah,
exactly.
of course. And there should be more people like that. And there are more people like that. Like, Hamas is a whole separate faction or whatnot, but the general 1.2, nearly 2 million innocent people, 10,000 babies and more, what they got to do with all of that? Like, it's a
There's
simple,
there's this thing. You know, I can't remember his name. Elon Sutton or
Musk.
no, no. The spokesman for the UK who's been traveling
Oh,
around talking
that
shit.
prick, yeah.
Like he is like a broken record. And he was trying to say, like, you know, the majority of those 1.2 million will agree with Hamas. And why wouldn't they agree? Because you've just bombed the hell out of them and leveled Gaza and killed their family members. You know how many generations we've lost in this, bro? It's hurtful, bro. So having that conversation with an open conversation and a civil conversation made me understand that some of us are not really in this reality or this world that we live in because they live this dream over there like they're oh man, it's so hard to say because I'm not one to out people and I hate that, bro. Trying to out people. I I'm against people taking that sort of extreme because that's like the extremists in Islam.
Yeah, no,
They're taking it to
ISIS.
that extent.
Bro, when
Yeah, they're
ISIS were
ISIS in their own
out,
way. Yeah,
yeah, when the ISIS were out, we were all condemning that. Like, that is against Islam. And we were like, we condemn that shit, man. They're not us. They're not. They unfortunately, but the Western media and whatnot portrayed them as us. But the Muslims had to go out there and say they're not us. And what they
mm.
do is not according to Islam. Don't associate them with us. But the Western media pull it out there to make it look like that stuff. We condemn that shit from the very beginning, man. It was embarrassing, man. I was like, when shit would happen, and I had to be like, and again, like, I wouldn't say maybe no one looked at me somewhere, but I had people in Hong Kong, for example, tell me, like, literally, I'm talking about people. I remember, I'm not gonna name names, but the person who was teaching me Cantonese, my teacher, I had people I worked with would literally say to me, why does your religion want to kill everyone? And I was to go crazy. I wanted to go crazy. I'm like, you that stupid. Do you really think I want to kill you? Like, it's because of the media that we work for, they're associating them terrorists with me and my religion and billions of people. My father, we don't want to kill no one, but some people are so genuinely dumb that they actually believe that. And like I said, my Cantonese teacher, people I worked with would ask me a question as blunt as that. They couldn't even figure out to be like, oh, they're terrorists. It's got nothing to do with Gilman and his religion. They literally asked me, why do I want to kill them? Why does my religion teach me to kill? I'm like, wow, this is the world. This is what the Western media does, because that's the power of propaganda. You know what I mean? And that's why what's been going on over there, and the Western media will never show what's really, and never give the full. And that's why they're all broken records.
There
They
is a
talk about
few, bro,
Hamas.
that have started to break out. Started
A
to break
little
out.
bit.
There's a
It's
little bit,
still
but they're still in
this.
control over it because of who finances it and the rest of it and what the mainstream. But you know, one thing I want to give shout outs to the people that are on social media, YouTube, going out there doing it, talking about this, because we're the ones actually giving our perspective of what we're going through. So shout outs to all you lot, because I've been watching a lot of videos, and yes, I'm in a deep hole. I'm in a deep rabbit hole because there are innocents dying, and I can't actually sit back. So I'm gonna keep pushing. You know, we're gonna keep pushing. It's gonna be
Don't be
a long
silent.
time.
Everyone's saying
Yeah, we
don't be
can't be. I think,
silent.
and I think that's the problem. And I think even with people around me about the conversation, uh, find it difficult. And I don't want you to find it difficult. If you have a question, ask it. You know, I have had people reach out to say why this. I followed this page because it was this and that. Follow the other page, man. Actually, you know what? Don't even follow the page. If you felt like you came here to follow somebody on their journey, and that's why it is. It's a book of memories for me. Those the pages that we run, whether it's the podcast page
But
or our page.
end of the day, the reason why you're doing it is because an individual who might not be knowledgeable or doesn't like about what's going on is on your page about a certain thing. At least you can share some knowledge with them. If they don't like it, they can come off your page. They can not listen to the podcast and unsubscribe. But it's about just learning some lessons. That's why I say in the beginning, if you don't want to hear us, then go straight to the
Yeah, go to the
title.
Geekout
But I think
session.
it's
Yeah.
important for us to speak about it because. Like again, we're not journalists or none of that sort of stuff, but there are
No, man.
people are dying,
We're
human
humans.
beings are dying,
We're the
and you're
people.
feeling
Yeah,
it.
we're the
Yeah,
people. We're
exactly.
the
We're
people. We're the
feeling it.
people.
And the thing is, there's shit going on all over the world. Like there is,
Exactly,
and
man.
we're not,
Congo,
yeah,
Yemen,
yeah, it's
Syria.
crazy.
There's
But
so much going on. But yeah, bro, listen, man,
it's been tough.
I could go on for this forever. And you know, shout out to the Zionists that reached out to me. Listen, man, the fact that you took a moment to watch the video and then whether you comment in some hate or had a positive conversation with me or had a civil conversation with me, I'm proud of you to reach out and try and understand it more and why you think it's hurting us more. Because at the end of the day, I don't see race, I don't see culture, I see my brothers and sisters suffering. That's what I see, and that's what I was trying to put across there. That it doesn't matter where they're coming from or what religion or what color their skin tone is. The fact that is there are people out there that think they're superior, which is the people of power, and they need to be scared, bro, because the world is coming together very strong about this. And even my Jewish brothers and sisters are standing up as well. The Zionists, whatever you're going through, and you're probably confused right now, and that's why you message me. Thanks for the love, honestly. That's all I can say because you had a civil conversation with me. Some of you threw some hate, but you know, let that hate out, brother. If that pleases you in some sort of way, let that hate out because I don't hate you. I maybe not understand you and your reasoning, but I don't hate you, man. And I think that's what my point was. That's why I felt like I did want to interact with some of them. But a lot of people are going through pain and people are going to suffer in different ways. I just feel like you guys don't justify what you're doing. This is some next. It is a genocide, and I hate using that word, but it is a genocide. And I've been blocked. I've been videos taken down. I don't care. It is, and the more conversations we have about it, and the more that people see, that's all I'm gonna try and do, man. It's all we can do. So, guys, head to our Instagram pages, TikTok pages, Linktree. The donations up on there. I'm gonna start doing those spinning kicks and try and get more people involved, get the news out there. I'm gonna support my brother. Humanity, man. I think that's where people have lost it because people see themselves in different hierarchy charts of where they are and they feel like they're more higher than people, but people have forgotten the level. You see everybody at the same level of respect, you're gonna earn that respect as well. But if you start thinking that you are a bit more superior than the rest, then listen, man, there's going to be conflict and there's going to be issues. But then that's how I know I can back away from that because I know once I engage with you and the way you were talking about human beings, listen, bro, to me, that's some next villainous, you know, thing. Like I can't agree with, but I'll step back. You know, there's no need for me to lead it on and get heated into a heated debate or conversation because a couple of you brothers, man, you reached out with the F words and the rest of it and F Muslims and the rest of it. And I don't do it in that form, my brothers, honestly. even if you don't do watch the page or not. I'm doing it for humanity. It's humanity, man. Humanity. We lost a lot of innocence already. And time for people to know the truth. You know, that's how some people are. They don't care, bro. And I don't know how some people sleep at night. But yeah.
But the truth, listen, the fact is, I think they're losing the information war by far.
Oh yeah.
Especially the young generation. The young generation are learning so much, and you can't change history. I was gonna say some of the books I'm reading and I've read, you have to you can't change history. Like Ilan Pape, the book of the ethnic cleansing of Palestine, that amazing book that talks about everything. That's history. That's not a fiction book. That's history. I'm reading right now. I'm going through 100 Years of War on Palestine by Rashid Al Khalidi. Right? History. That's not fiction. This is history. You can't erase history. I've got a few other books. I read Method of Madness by Norman Finkelstein. You cannot change history. I've got some other books by Ilan Pape and Norman Finkelstein and whatnot. I want to learn more. I want to learn more about the history rather than just what's going on now, which I'm trying to keep myself informed on. But it does affect me as well. But yeah, no, what you're saying, I mean, look, it's great that you can have some conversation. I think civil conversations, and I know, you know, some on news anchors and shit, they talk about trying to have good civil conversations. They really don't, right? Because they instigate shit. First of all, they're all biased towards one side, the Israeli side anyway. And then second of all, they instigate argument. Like, you're talking about a civil conversation, it's never gonna happen when you're already on one side and you're instigating the conversation to go bad anyway. Right, the best way to have a simple conversation is through maybe long. I mean, I've seen so many debates. They always turn you know, heated and whatnot. But knowledge is key. You can't change history, and if you can have civil conversations and really, without trying to blame each other, but talk like and whatnot, and just have the conversation of history, maybe it can open someone's eyes. Maybe it can't. You know, I'm trying to say, like, that person that you spoke to, maybe that person might turn around, let me just go look into this. Maybe not. But if you can be civil, then that's the way it's gonna be. But a lot of this goes dark immediately. And I stay away. Like I stay away from my comments and shit because I don't want to go down that route anyway. But you know, look, on recent news around that shit, of course, you know, situations bad happening in Palestine. The president that Yahoo has said that he doesn't want a two-state solution, and he's been a big advocate of blocking the two-state solution for years. So you know, he has an agenda that's just clearly out there and whatnot. The world is asking for a two-state solution. The world, not just the US, UK, and Israel specifically, who don't want it. The world is asking for it. South Africa obviously has taken them to court for genocide. Yemen, not Yemen, so we'll get to Yemen in a second. Indonesia has set up a new court case to take Israel to court for 75 years of illegal occupation. I mean, the world is speaking, or the world, not just the people on the streets, which is great that everyone's doing. We're talking about governments and countries are taking them to court about illegal occupation for 75 years. This is so important. And so many other countries are getting on board with the genocide cases and all that sort of stuff. It's so important that these countries are finally doing it. So they're losing the information war. The new generation is learning the history. You can't take away history. You can't change history, which is what they've been trying to do for the longest time. And look, Yemen, man, Yemen, bro. Yemen has not killed, as we said, has not killed a single human being. And all they're doing is basically protesting against a genocide, and in their way was to stop all the shipment, which had a global effect. And then the US and UK decided to go there and bomb them and blow them up and start war, which didn't do nothing because all these shipping companies are like, well, we're definitely not going through the Red Sea now. That's an active war zone. So they made it worse. They made it a war zone. And even through the ceasefire and stuff, Yemen stopped. Yemen's like, literally stop the genocide and we'll stop what we're doing. And we haven't hurt a single human being. Oh, her face. You know, there was something that I listened to in this book. And I posted the other day, I think it was back in 2009 or something like that. There was a couple of humanitarian boats and ships that came to Gaza with humanitarian aid. I might messed up that year, but it was one of those years, 2013 or something. And the Israeli IDF boarded those ships, those boats, and actually killed 9 people, humanitarian aid people who were bringing humanitarian aid to Gaza, killed them. I think they were from Turkey. Nobody said shit. Nobody said nothing. They got away with it by killing innocent human beings who were coming to help the innocent brothers and sisters in Gaza at that time. But Yemen, they do what they do and have not killed a single human being. They made it a thing that we're not going to kill anyone. We're just going to stop the ships from going. And then the US and UK decide to go bomb them. And you know what, Yemen, do you know what they did? They took a stance to be like, yeah, we'll bring it, right? First of all, UK and US, we're putting you on our terrorist list because now they're calling the Houthis terrorists. They weren't terrorists before. In 2001, I think I listened to Biden was asked, and he goes, no, they're not a terrorist group. We're working on diplomatic solutions to work with them or whatnot. They were never on the terrorist list. Now all of a sudden Biden's like, oh yeah, they're terrorists now, right? Typical. It's typical bullshit. Just because you want to have an excuse to blow them up. You want to start calling them terrorists, so you get the world on board. All the mainstream media is gonna run with it and be like, oh, they're terrorists now, guys. We have to go for them. They have not killed a single human being. But then they turn around and said, all right, well, UK and US, you are on our terrorist list. And you know what, bro? Some of these other countries should do the same. They should be like, you know what? We're putting, like, Israel is on the terrorist, is known as a terrorist state to a lot of countries. The UK and US need to get that same treatment from certain countries because they can't just get away from this. They're not the global heroes that they think they are. That's just some bullshit propaganda and whatnot. So, you know, I'm still listening to stuff. There's loads of stuff going on. The main thing is we can't give up on those people, and we can't give up on the Palestinian people. And you know, we just pray for them, and inshallah, one day they're just going to get the peace that they deserve. They're going to get the state that they deserve. I mean, half their land's been stolen. More than half their land's been stolen anyway. That is what it is now. But they will get justice, inshallah. And those criminals, those high-end criminals around the world, like the who are doing all this murdering and stuff like that, I don't know if they'll get what's coming to them in the afterlife. I don't know if we'll get it in this life. But these court cases are important, man. And I'm glad South Africa, you know, they are, you know, just amazing heroes as well, and taking that step. Very courageous of them taking that step. Indonesia now taking them to court for occupation. Again, heroes for taking that step. It's late. It's never too late, but it should have happened earlier. But you know what? The fact that these countries are doing it now, I think they're making a statement. Like, enough is enough. You guys, we're not going to follow your bullshit now, like the West and the UK and US. We're not going to follow your shit no more. We're not going to be scared of you no more. We're making statements now that what's right is right. And as human beings, we need to protect each other. It's not right that people just die countlessly for no reason because you say so. So yeah, let's just keep spreading. Listen, don't stop talking about it. That's the point. That's what they want. Don't stop talking about it. The news will try and switch about other stories, and yeah, of course they got a report on other news anyway. But they do want to take the focus off that, so the hidden agendas can happen in the background of stealing the land and ethnically cleanse the people. But the people cannot stop talking about it, and you know. Yeah, man, the world knows. The world knows, man. Like I said, the information war, they're losing. So let's just keep spreading that information. That's just facts. You got to keep spreading that information.
No, that's right. That's right. Sending out prayers to everybody. Honestly, it's not been easy. So I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope the listeners are good. And always thank you for the support, guys. One love.
One love, one love. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next segment. Things we watched. Let's lighten up the mood a little bit, back into the geeky news. So I've been watching Ted, the TV show on Peacock. Absolutely hilarious, bro. But if you want a comedy, a simple comedy, you want to sit back, it's a dirty comedy, so you can't watch it with kids around. But if you want that kind of comedy where you could just sit back, relax, and just keep laughing and just giggling over certain jokes, bro, Ted is definitely the show to watch. It's absolutely hilarious. Bro, should I
No, it's all right. I'll do it. I've got it.
Yeah. It's been
I heard it's really good, bro.
so
Even the
funny, man.
CGI is really good, I heard.
Yeah, the CGI is great. I mean, people are cussing Marvel, like, you guys can't even do a great CGI, and the CGI in this is actually amazing. It's so funny, bro. It's so easy to put on and watch and laugh throughout the whole show. The father of the show, his father cracks me up. He's always crying about shit. He's got that Boston accent. He's screaming about everything, always crying about shit. It's hilarious, bro. And just the jokes. I mean, still pushing the boundaries of comedy, because obviously these, you know, it's these days comedy can get censored, unfortunately. There's limits to it, which is unfortunate, but they push the limits, man, and it's so easy to watch. Such an easy, fun show to watch. So I've watched that. I recommend it, guys. If you want to have that easy laugh, easy to watch TV program, watch Ted. Absolutely hilarious. The other thing I watched is a show on Netflix called Boy Swallows Universe. It's an Australian show, bro. Have you had a chance to see it? I'm gonna take that as a no. The silence.
No, sorry.
No,
I haven't seen it yet, bro.
it's so good. So Ahmed recommend. I saw the trailers on Netflix, and then Ahmed recommended it. He said, "Guys, this program is absolutely amazing." So I watched it, bro. It's freaking deep. Like I don't want to spoil it, but it's about this. It's about this family. It's about this kid specifically, kind of focused around him and his brother and and the family and whatnot. Everything is going wrong for this boy. Everything is wrong for. I mean, there's some serious trauma coming from. But this kid, he's so fun to watch because he's very witty. He's very streetwise. He's like this 13-year-old kid, very confident. He's very there's something about him where he's just, because of all the shit that probably has happened in his life, he's just confident to just approach things and talk to people in certain ways and whatnot. But everything around him is just going wrong. It's horrible, man. Now this kid can either grow up to be completely traumatized, which makes sense, or he'll use this in sort of in a positive, not in a positive way, but to use it to take him towards a positive light, and not be involved in the shit that has messed up his family. It's crazy, bro. Every episode you're like another thing happened to him. Like another thing's happened to this guy in his life. It's crazy, bro. Great show so far. You know, like just the different characteristics that they're building in the program, and just a story about this kid and the family, man. You just, I don't know, it's captivating. It's captivating, but it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. When you watch it, you're just like, what the fuck? Check it out if you have time, man. It's really good.
No, I will do, bro. It's on my list. It's on my list.
Anything else anything you what? Those are the two things I've watched. I've been watching. I've been trying to
Finding it. I haven't watched much TV, man, at all. Like I feel like in our evenings it's so busy, we don't even watch TV anymore. So I've been watching. I'm still trying to finish off One Piece, which each episode I watch, I'm really enjoying. But I've actually come to a point now where it's hard to find the time to go and watch something or put it on TV, and it's been hard to find the time. So listen, bro, One Piece. I'm very impressed how they've adapted that, bro. Very impressed on how they've adapted that. Like, I am so late. I'm on like episode 6 now, and I'm watching it in bits and pieces. I'm watching it on my phone and my tablet. I'm hoping I'm away for the next 3 days. I'm just gonna finish it off. But so good, bro. I do like Luffy, Straw Hat. He's so good. Great, great, great character. Very charismatic, and just, you know, he sees life in a different way, bro, in such a positive way, and you know, trust the people around him because he wants to see the good in people as well. Sorry, Daddy. What else did I watch? I've started to watch Lift. Kevin Hart's. It's a background movie. While I was working this morning, I was watching it.
The
I'll
movie,
finish it off.
yeah. That was a background movie for me, to be honest. That's
There's
why I
something else.
mentioned
I
it.
watched something. I finally watched Crisis on Infinite Earths, which I really enjoyed, bro. They've gone for a simpler animation style, but they did start off a bit messy though. It kind of just threw us into the story, right? Because Barry Allen was going through all of these different timelines because of his mind.
Yeah, you're trying to figure that out. Yeah, you're like, where are you? What's happening? Yeah.
Like, what happened? It just suddenly jumped in. But then after that, you know, it goes in. I thought it was quite deep and touching. So I really enjoyed that. So I watched that like really randomly, quickly. And there was something else, bro. I feel like there was something else.
What was the I don't know if you're gonna talk about another movie news, Gassed Up or something. Did you watch it?
Yes. So hold up. So there's a couple of things that we didn't cover on last week's episode, and we'll cover it on this week's episode. I might as well say it now. So like, we've taken. Well, she's part of the team now. Our sister Atia. who's going to help me out with all the screenings. So she's been going to all the screenings and experiences that happened in the past 2-3 weeks at the moment. So she got to see a screening of Mean Girls, which is out in cinemas right now. She was really honest, you know, she didn't really enjoy it. It doesn't have the same charm as the original one had. Some of the music is good because it's a musical. Some of the comedy, she felt like it was forced, and that was her outcome of that movie. But you know, it's tracking really well, and some more people are really enjoying it. So that was one of them. The other one was Gassed Up, which is a London-based movie. It's about troubled youth and going through life, and you know, doing. That's right, Daddy. Doing crazy stuff to try and survive in the streets of London, which she said, which she really enjoyed. She said she was really good. It was directed well. The visuals was really good, and the music was amazing. Now she has been doing all the reviews for us, so she wrote up a little review for that, which, you know, bless the guys at Substance Global who gave us the opportunity to watch the press screening of it, and you know, hopefully we've got tickets for the premiere, which is in February the 7th, I think. And our review's been getting shared everywhere, bro, which is amazing. You know, we saw it on Instagram, people are sharing it. A great review by Atia, so shout outs to Atia for doing that. And she's going to be doing more. She's going to be covering movies, events, and reviews. There you go, excitement from Nia on that one, seeing her auntie doing her thing. And Argyle experience. So the movie comes out in February as well. So they had an experience in London, which is, you know, parts of the movie, and you know, it's like sets and dresses from the film and stuff, props and stuff like that, that she went to on Saturday, I think. And you know, bless her, man. Same thing. The guys at Argyle and Marv Films shared the footage. Yeah, it's amazing, man. She had a great time. She said it was amazing. You know, she's looking forward to seeing the movie. Uh, yeah, so that's what's happened on that side of the world when it comes to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. As I said, I'm going to be focusing more on my health, dude. So if I can go gym and train and be with the kids more, I'm going to do that. But if there's anything else exciting that pops up, then of course I'm going to run to it. So there is more stuff happening, guys. You know, there's so much more going to be happening this year as well. And you know, the podcast is growing slowly, thanks to you lot. So there's more opportunities to come as well. Can you hear her?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not too
Hey,
distracting.
little girl, what you doing? Silly Billy, ain't you tired? All right, cool. But yeah, that's on my side, bro. There was something else I watched, bro, and it's bugging me. Anyway, just to let you guys know, tomorrow we got an episode with Jessica out, where we talk about her cosplay journey and her comic book, and then the following week we got Vincent Jerome back on again, which is another Geek Out session. We pick a specific comic book. We picked Daredevil, Born Again, and we kind of do a little breakdown. But then we talk about a bit about the comic book industry as well. Check that out. That comes out next week. Yay! And what else, bro? I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out, bro. You know, I can't think of anything else, bro.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment then, man. What we've read. I finished off that Spider-Man comic. Absolutely amazing read. So guys, check it out. It's really good. The last chapter finishes on J. Jonah Jameson and how obsessed and crazy he got with Spider-Man. And really thinking that he was right about Spider-Man being a menace. He was in prison, he went crazy, all that sort of shit. It's really good. I'm reading an old comic now. I think it's a 1982 Daredevil comic, and it obviously had the Punisher in it, which I had to get hold of it, and I started reading that, which is really cool. I'm on the first couple of pages, so I haven't really got into it, but I did get introduced to the Punisher in classic kind of Punisher fashion. Basically, like I said, these old comics are deep, man. They're talking about PCP. Like he's basically what happens. Daredevil is in a school. This 12-year-old girl jumped out of a window because she was high on angel dust, PCP and whatnot. Man, this is in a comic book. And then so obviously he's going to do some investigations, you know, to see who the dealers are and whatnot. He gets into a little bit of a fight, and you know, and then one dude gets stabbed in the heart. Who do you think it is? It's the Punisher. Punisher. So, like, you know, of course, his ways are very extreme, but he's always the Punisher. You know, I mean, Daredevil's trying to not to kill anyone, but Punisher's seeing drug dealers. And the fact is, Punisher's perspective is a 12-year-old girl jumped out of a window because of the shit that you're selling her. If I kill you, that will prevent another 12-year-old girl. That will prevent a 12-year-old girl jumping out of the window. So anyway, his methods are mad. His methods are a bit extreme, but you gotta love him. Great comic, and like I said, the old comics, man, they don't hold back with the content, man. You know, people would say comics are for kids. I'm like, you know what? Read some of the old ones because they go. I mean, you got a comic book talking about PCP and angel dust and whatnot. I'm like, this is not no comic that some kid should be reading. Anyway, so that's what I've been reading. Hopefully, I'll get my Punisher issue 3 next week, and we can talk about that. But anything you've been reading?
So I'm trying to finish off Devil's Reign, which is where is it gone? Which I'm away for work, so I'm gonna take it with me to finish it off, which is really good, bro, man. Like, you know, Kingpin's mayor of New York and causing all sorts of havoc. It's a really good book. So I'm halfway through it. Can't wait to finish that. So that's Devil's Reign. Another one by Robert Kirkman, who's the creator of Invincibles. It's a comic book I got a couple of years ago called Firepower. I just want to. It's Owen Johnson's journey to China to learn about his birth parents. Eventually leads him to a mysterious Shaolin temple. The student there rediscover the firepower. So it's like him discovering martial arts and this firepower that he comes with. So it's a good quick read. I never finished it off, so I want to start from the beginning again. Neo, you're getting distracted now.
All right, cool, man. Sounds good, bro. So let's move on to the next segment, MCU news. So I got a couple things with the MCU. It looks like She-Hulk 2 probably might not be happening. The actress who played She-Hulk, Tatiana something, forgive me, I forget names. She said she put out a statement saying that Disney were like, nope, we're not interested. And that makes sense. I think in my opinion, out of all the TV shows they've done, that was the worst from the CGI perspective and just the way they took that show. The best part about it was Daredevil. Anyway, like it was done really bad in my opinion, even though I watched it and whatnot. But yeah, so that might not be happening. It's not really big. That's not really sad news anyway, to be honest with you. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has ended Vin Diesel's 15 years impressive performance of Groot. So we spoke about this briefly last time. I think in the recent what ifs, it wasn't Vin Diesel or someone else. So that's Vin Diesel done with Groot, and I think they'll move forward. I don't think that's going to be too bad because he just said I am Groot. So it's going to be maybe in a little bit of a different tone of voice. And then a report reveals that the latest update on Kang the Conqueror status in the MCU after Jonathan Major exit. Apparently, they're not moving away from the character. They're thinking of leaving him in there still, probably recast him or whatever. But yeah, I mean, of course, you're going to leave Kang the Conqueror in. Like the character you leave in there. Whatever you do with Jonathan Major and whatnot, they got to make that decision in the future. But yeah, of course, the character stay there. You could get away from him, come back to him later. But yeah, that's that. Ashraf watched Marvels. Oh no, there's two things. Ashraf watched Marvels. He said it was okay. It's kind of enjoyable. It was okay, standard. He loved the end credit scene, which was actually the best part of the movie, which was Beast. Then he watched Echo. So we all watch Echo now.
Yep.
And oh shit, yeah, we should review that actually. Yeah, like because you finally watched it as well. And last week when I spoke about it, I liked it, but I had some thoughts about it. And my thoughts were like, I know Marvel made a big thing out of it being a R-rated show and all that sort of stuff. But like, cool, okay. It did have a vibe of the Netflix show. I do have to say the way it was put together was put together way better than I think the Marvel the other shows. Yes, it was violent. It was awesome. That fight with Daredevil was just amazing. That episode 1 was amazing. Kingpin for me is my favorite MCU character right now. Like anything to do with Kingpin, I just want to see more Kingpin. That's how good he is. I think William D'Onofrio does a great job with Kingpin. Even in the show, throughout the whole show, the end fight scene, it wasn't obviously what we expected. We thought maybe there'll be a big battle. I kind of, from one perspective, I kind of understand it. Like, it was like, people call it a forced therapy session that she put on Kingpin. I get it. Look, I wasn't expecting her to beat the shit out of Kingpin like Daredevil did because she has a relationship with him. She called him uncle. He looked after her for the longest time. Now, of course, they've gone separate ways because or whatever, the father being killed by ultimately by him. But at the end of the day, she had a relationship with him. So I didn't expect her to have this hatred and wanted to kill him. But in fact, she tried to help him because of the trauma that he went through as a kid, killing his own father and all this sort of stuff. So I get it from that perspective. I was just like, I didn't really like it. I felt they could have done a bit more. Maybe if he had a number 2 guy that she had a big battle with, I think that would have been awesome. So that was my criticism there. I don't think the end fight scenes or anything, the end action was any good. She's awesome. We spoke about her. She's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely. She's amazing. She puts on a show, man. She's really cool.
Yeah, she's amazing. Being deaf, an amputee, a Native American, and everything. I thought her performance was amazing. I like that. I thought made a good point. It's a bit of a controversial one, but he was just like, how come that special power just went through her generation, but only the females? Like, I know Marvel's trying to push an agenda, but like, just to say, because in the comics, I don't think she has that special power and whatnot. But if you're putting that in there, great, because I think it was great character building for her. I think she's badass, so I enjoyed it. I was kind of like, you made me think, like, yeah, why was it just passed through the females? How come, like, her great grandfather didn't get that gene and then pass it back on to her great grandmother or something? I don't know. Look, there is an agenda there. My missus was telling her, she was telling me, well, there is a specific something, gene or whatever, that a mother passes through not only to her child, her female child, but that's gonna be passed on to her grandmother as well. There's something there. I don't know. I might be talking shit. She might be talking shit too. But I don't know. Ashraf made that point. Just saying, like, guys, I get the agenda, but I feel like this character was so badass. Like, why did it just force that? Because her father was a great figure in her life as well. Her father obviously looked after her and didn't want her to have that life. There should have been something special about him, even though he became a criminal and everything. He wasn't like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so I get it. I think there was that criticism there and whatnot. But overall, I think, honestly, I think, in my opinion, I think it was a great show. I think she's badass. If Kingpin was not in it, he made the show better for me. Put it that way. That's what I'm trying to say. He made the show better for me with his performance, because it's just great. And at the end of the show, it reveals, kind of leads on to Born Again, that he's looking to, as you mentioned in that comic, to become the mayor of, be it New York or, yes, New York, right? So that's going to take his level to the next level. He's still the Kingpin. That forced therapy session didn't change him in any way, but that leads up to that show, which he's going to be the Thanos of the street level MCU. I mean, he's amazing. He's my favorite character in the MCU right now. It's the only guy that I want to see more of in the MCU. So that was my thoughts. What did you think?
No, bro, listen, man. Same thing. I think they introduced something with a lot of culture and a lot of things, and it's funny. It's coming out in a time where they're bringing back a culture and letting people know about this culture when they made such great loss at the beginning. You know what I mean? People are coming around to it now, and I suppose that's where the wokeness of everything kicks in, and it's quite difficult. And some people won't find it difficult to accept the fact that we caused a lot of atrocities during our colonizing era, but it's amazing to see it shine now, and a lot of cultures and a lot of people understanding where it comes from. This means a lot to a lot of people, bro. So listen, it was a great watch. First 2 episodes, 3 episodes, really enjoyed it. Last 2, they rushed it. They did the Marvel rush. Let's just do it. And then climatic ending, which didn't fall down too well. Yeah, bro, I just feel like it was a lot. It could have been much better, the last 2 episodes. And they shortened them. They went from being an hour straight to 45 minutes to 30 minutes to 20 minutes. That last episode felt like 20 minutes, bro. Which is a shame. You bring this character into this world. Give it some love, man. Give us longer episodes. I don't know what the rush is. And I don't know if they went through issues during COVID or during, the writer's strike and stuff like that. I felt like the last bits just really disappointed me when it comes to the storytelling. Listen, I still enjoyed it for what it is. Just why rush it? If you gave all that time 20 years ago to Cap and Iron Man, give that same time to these characters, because then people will love them more and people will appreciate it more. And I think that's where the problem is. And I know we got an episode out about character building in movies and how, you know, Cap and Iron Man stories still stick with us, is because you gave us that time to breathe with them, man. Do this with these characters, man. Give them justice. I know we're having more diverse ethnic characters in the MCU now. Give them time to breathe, man. Give them more. I mean, like Kamala Khan, bro. You know, same thing with what happened in the show is that, you know, you give us this character, you let it breathe for a bit, and then you rush the last two episodes. But then you see her in the movie of the Marvels, and you're like, oh man, that's just us fanboying out with their favorite superheroes. I know exactly how that would feel. You know what I mean? So give the characters time to breathe. I think Marvel, yes, it's nice that you're slowing down. But give them breathe, man. Give them a movie or something. Give them in each, you know, couple of movies so that we learn to grow with these characters. Because what's happening now is quality over quantity, but we're gonna forget those characters, which is a shame. And that's happened. I mean, think about Falcon and Winter Soldier, bro. Watching that again, I recently just had it playing in the background, but I was like, oh my god, this is like the lethal weapon of the MCU. This works out perfectly. Had such a strong thing to it at the end, man. You know, him accepting the fact that he's going to be the new Black Captain America. How? Nothing, bro. You don't even mention it later on, you know, that there's this, that Falcon is the new Captain America. Like, you keep that. That's what made the first one to phase 3 work. Because characters were always reoccurring, or stories were told, or things were happening. You didn't have that, you know, continuedness during that. Sorry, Baba. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts, bro.
No, you're right. No one's even mentioning anything. Like in Eternals, it's another character that I don't give a shit about. But
There's a Celestial's hand coming out of the water, bro.
Yes, no one has mentioned that. Like, what the hell? Like, not one person has mentioned it since that happened. It just don't make no sense. So again, it's not about even bringing Cap or anyone back. It's about having a reference.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's Cap doing, or whatever it is. Like, there's no reference to none of them sort of things. So yeah, no, I agree. I agree with they've changed the character building in the sense that they've just brought in so many characters and tried to rush it. Focus on a couple. No need to rush them all. I want to see them all, but no need to rush them all. We got years and years of X-Men and Fantastic Four to join the cast. Give them time to breathe, man. And like I said, bring references, man. Bring references in there, man. There's shit going on in this whole MCU world, and you don't even mention. No one has mentioned a celestial being coming out of the planet, which is weird. Anyway, that's our thoughts on Echo and the MCU at that time. Moving on to finishing off with the last segment, other movie news. The only thing I had was Reacher is set for a season 3, so I'm still in the middle of watching Reacher season 2.
I finished that. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I finished Reacher, which was really good.
Cool. Well, I'm still watching it, like it, and I'm excited that they're gonna have a season 3. All right, video games. God of War Valhalla, I completed that. So into it that I completed it. So amazing. You know what it is, bro? It's almost like a therapy session for Kratos. You're literally going back in his journey to becoming the God of War, and some of the harsh shit that he had to do to accomplish certain missions, to kill certain people, because he had this sort of because he wanted to kill people, or that Ares, the God of War, he had to sacrifice certain people, open up Pandora's box, put her through some like trauma and shit like that. He's basically facing himself. He's facing himself. He's going through a whole therapy session about himself. He's a completely different human being now. He's a father and all that sort of stuff. And by the end of it, he has this great conversation with it. Not even a conversation. He's talking to himself. He's talking to the original God of War, that arrogant murderer that was once him. That's not him anymore. And it's just a beautiful scene. I've uploaded a clip on the channel, the gaming channel and the Bond Geekout channel. Take a look. But it's an amazing sort of an acknowledgement of Kratos and what he's done to where he's at now. And it looks like he's finally made peace with his past, because he has no choice but to make peace with his past, because that was his past. Again, one of the best character buildings in a video game I've ever come across, especially to finish it off this way. This is what I love about, like, they gave this to us for free. Like, I wasn't done with Kratos when I finished that game. I almost feel like
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, they gave me closure. They actually gave me closure. That's amazing that they gave this downloadable content for free and they gave me closure on the character, which is absolutely amazing. I love that, man. Of course, I still want to see more Kratos. I want more God of War, but that was a beautiful extra addition to the game, and about Kratos and whatnot. So absolutely amazing, guys. I know Ash is playing that now and whatnot. There's still a couple of things I need to do with that part. Once that's done, I am gonna buy Tekken. I believe that comes out tomorrow. So Tekken 8, I'm gonna get into that. You know, I used to be a big fan of Tekken 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I lost interest after 6 and whatnot. But I lost interest in video games in general. I'm gonna try and come back into Tekken 8, buy one game at a time. I sold my Street Fighter 6. I wasn't gonna play that anymore. I'm gonna buy Tekken 8, see if I can get into it. Hopefully, it has a good story mode and try and learn some of these combos and whatnot. Yeah, guys, check out the video game channel. Always uploading game video footage, and then anything like of relevance we will upload onto this channel as well. But do check that out if you want to follow our gaming journey and whatnot. Ash is playing Spiderman and bare other games and whatnot. So take a look at that. Cool. To finish off, retro movie reviews, and this week we're gonna talk about Blankman, 1994, Damon Wayans. I bring this up because I watched it last week, and this movie, of course, it relates to what we talk about, superhero stuff. The influence of Batman, the influence of like Bruce Lee. This movie is hilarious. The comedy, Damon Wayans is just in his comedy element in this absolutely joke. But this film is just hilarious, man. Just from J5, his creation, just being that.
Oh shit, J5. Oh my god, I forgot. Sorry, that's the J5.
Bro, J5, bro, being this super nerd, so nerdy, he has a fork as for his glasses. Like, he's so nerdy, he portrays that double character, secret identity of being the super nerd who he is to Blankman, where he becomes heroic and whatnot. I mean, it's like an origin story of, his grandmother passed. They live in the ghetto. His grandmother passed away. He's super smart. He found the chemical that made his suit bulletproof and whatnot. And then he wanted to be a hero. But it's just funny enough with that first scene in the beginning when he's like, yeah, go and shoot me because he knew it's bulletproof, but his face is exposed. It's like, well, shoot him in the face. And he starts panicking, bro. He starts panicking and shit. Absolutely hilarious, man. And then like the end scene where he doesn't make his brothers one bulletproof, so it's like his brother's like, yeah, shoot me in there, shoot me, and he gets shot or whatever. Oh, the film is just a joke. But like I say, the Bruce Lee references, the Batman references, it's a comic book movie. It is a comic book movie, comic book comedy movie. Freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it needs to be it needs more appreciation, bro. Listen, this is the beginning of, films like this with colored, I shouldn't say colored photos, with brothers representing on the big screen, bro. You know what I mean? This movie is comedy at its best because it takes the piss out of what it is. It knows what type of movie this is, and it works so well, bro. I think Damon Wayans, as you said, was in his comedy element when he played that character, and the costumes, the sets, bro. I just feel like they put effort into that movie, bro. You know what I mean? They put effort into it. The way it looks like it's a rewatchable movie.
100%.
You know,
I had no struggle
we
watching it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the fact that we've seen that film probably 100 times in our lifetimes already, and that I can slap it on now and still watch it. Those are cult. That's not even cult. It's just part of history, bro, of movie magic and putting things together, because you can't recreate that type of love and effort that movie had to compare it to a movie now where I wouldn't watch it again. How many movies we saw last year, bro? Tell me what movie you'd watch again from last year.
Yeah, it's a good point. Maybe Godzilla -1. I'm ready to watch that again. But yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
It's very limited. It's very limited.
It's exactly because it doesn't have, movies are 2 hours, 3 hours long, where these movies were, maximum 90 minutes, hour and a half. Punch, 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 jokes, jokes, jokes. Keep you entertained. It's storytelling in a way where it doesn't need to give you much more information, bro. You know, there were movies back then, and you're like, how it end like that, man? How's Mr. Miyagi just nod his head like that? What the hell is going on? I want to know more. Yes, we're lucky to get Cobra Kai, which is amazing, but it still has the same cheese. You know what I mean? Just to end the movie like that. You know, the Predator, bro. I don't know where he's from. I always use it as a key example of why that movie is great, bro. Nobody cared and nobody wanted to know the origins of his of the Predator. It was perfect the way it was. It was just a creature that came to do stuff. I mean, they exaggerated it more later on in the Alien versus Predator, and then Alien with the Prometheus and all that. Gumut. Gumut is, I'll have to tell you another time what gumut means, but stuff this is why I feel like it makes the audience dumb, and this is why comedy and those movies like Blankman work, because it's just what it is. Like people don't want to accept movies for what it is anymore. People want to accept it for, oh, how many Oscars and how is it gonna make me feel? Why don't you just sit down, drink a Bebsy, and shut the F up and just enjoy a movie for what it is? Blankman is that movie. Blankman, Damon Wayans. Uh, yeah, smashed it. That's a great film. And saying that, I mean, I watched Major Pain, I think a month last year, I think
Me
it was
too.
like
Do
during
that maybe
November.
next
Like,
week. Yeah.
bro, so good, that scene where he's like, I'm shot, help me, help me. And he was like, yeah, I hope you end up, broke his finger, man. And like, like, you see, I took your pain away. Like, just little things like that. The way he, was struggling, and it was only not even a couple of days, and my man's eating a rat and beating the hell out of a mattress, bro. I love that scene, bro. It's so random. He's been there a couple of hours saying he's trying to survive, and he's eating a rat. And the way he was busting up that fighting the mattress was jokes, bro. So I think Damon Wayans has a catalog of movies that he did back in that era, which are iconic films and rewatchable. Something I'll watch again, bro. It will never bore me. Black Man's a wicked film, bro. Great
Yeah.
soundtrack as well, bro. Great
Yeah.
sound. Who was? I'm trying to remember. Hold on, man. Let's give some love to the cast, bro.
What made me
Because
laugh about that movie was the comedy, and it wasn't forced comedy. It was actually like simple things where he was singing his own theme tune. You know, Batman had with the while he's doing it, like he was singing his own theme tune, which made me laugh. The fact that he made the blank train or whatever it was,
oh, bro,
and he would have to turn it off every time someone said like a word. He would like, huh? I can't hear you, and he turns off the thing. Like these sort of things that just make you giggle, make you laugh. Now my missus was laughing at it as well. Like it's so like this comedy is not it. How do I put it? It's not really like it's not forced. It's just smart comedy that
it's
just fits
smart
in
comedy,
well,
man.
and it's
Smart.
just hilarious.
So shout outs to Damon Wayans, David Allen Greer, Michael Binder, Michael Wayans, uh, Robin Given, Damon Wayans Jr. Oh my God, there's bare people in this film. Uh, Craig Kinner. Who else is in this, man? Oh my God, man. Jason Alexandra, John Piloto. Bro, this has got an amazing cast, bro. Uh, Arsenio Hall is in this movie. Oh my God, hold up, man. There's some people in this film, bro. I think the next movie we need to do is Meteorite Man. Meteor Man. Was it
Oh
Meteor
my
Man?
God, yeah, Meet Your Man, I think it was. Yeah. Oh
No,
my
man,
God.
Meteor Man. I can't even say it, man. Meteor Man. The Meteor Man. There you go. That was another film we need to watch, bro.
Haven't seen
James
that
L.
in
Jones,
years.
Robert Townsend, Don Cheadle was in it. Eddie
Mm-mm.
Griffin, Robert Gullimar. Listen, man, great cast, but it's something we need to watch. But Blank Man, guys, let us know. Have you seen it? If not, I don't know where you've been. Check it out. If you have, comment. Let me know, man. Comment away. Come on, man. We want to engage with the audience. We've been trying to engage with you for a couple of years now, man. Come on, show some brothers some love and comment away. If it's not on the YouTube channel, check out the Q&A section we have at the end of the Spotify podcast. Would love to get your guys' feedback on what you think. Definitely. All right, bro. I gotta cater to
Cool.
this little one.
Yeah, no, all good. I got calls as well. I gotta prepare for some calls. I got all work. Yeah, guys, man, as always, thanks. Show some love, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And comment. you know, get involved with the podcast, get involved with the conversation. Thanks people for watching. Thank you for the ones who have commented and said, you know, that we are their source of pop culture news. I mean, it was kind of crazy that we're the source of people's news in regards to pop culture and movies and whatnot. And I love the fact that some people comment saying that we've inspired them to be comfortable with themselves and who they are and what they like and all that sort of stuff. That's amazing too. It's crazy that again we have that kind of just two brothers talking really have that kind of influence on people. That's an amazing thing. So you know, show love, guys, and all love to you lot. Yeah, man, Kibs, take us out, man.
Yeah, man, listen, as always, guys, massive thank you for the support on the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. There's a couple of you new subscribers, but there's almost 78% of you that are not subscribed to the channel, and you guys watch it. So just click subscribe. You don't have to do all the rest of it, but if you enjoy the content, share it with other people. Guys, follow us on our journey on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, guys. Check out their donation pages. They're on there on our Instagram pages as well, guys. Support Gaza in what they're going through. Loads more to come, guys. Loads more to come. But yeah, thank you as always.